I'm in Bath in England and I've come out at night to try to take some photos of those iconic honeypot locations you get in Bath. And hopefully I'll take you through my process of taking shots at night. I've been coming to Bath at least a couple of times a year for the past 4 or 5 years now. So I think I know quite well the iconic honeypot locations that you can get a good shot of Bath, and hopefully I'll show you the process I'm going to use to take those shots, and we could take those together. Bath is an amazing place with a rich heritage, much like Lincoln with its Roman roots and its medieval abbey. My first shot is going to be an image of the abbey, which is just round this corner. And luckily it's lit up. It's not lit up all the way around, but it is lit up from the front, which is the iconic view of Bath Abbey. As you can tell, there's always people in the way, and let's see if we can deal with those. For my first shot, I've got the Abbey framed between these two pillars, and I've gone for 1/50 of a second, f1.8. I'm just going one stop underexposed because the brightness of the building and the brightness of the pillars obviously will fool the meter on the camera. So even though I've got these people here, I'm going to take this picture anyway. One of the challenges I have is that when people are taking selfies and taking pictures, like these people are with their phone, that light hits the back of my sensor and it looks brighter than everything else in the image. So what I'll do is I'll stick with this shot, and I'll try once again to take a couple of shots or a shot of this image without people in it. I'm going to try a 4-second exposure. I've got the 2-second timer on, and I'm going to try and see if I can get f22 a 6-second exposure. Let's hopefully not get any phones in the way and get some people moving. The other shot I quite like are all these lamps on the right hand side, and with the Abbey just to the left in the centre of frame. I'm going underexposed, one stop underexposed, 1/10 of a second. I'll take this shot, 2-second timer. The challenge I've got with my exposure, if I underexpose my image, that gives me the ability to control the highlights so much better. Unfortunately, by doing so, by brightening the image up, I'm going to introduce noise. Conversely, if I overexpose, then obviously I'm taking away any noise challenge, but then I'm having to struggle to control the highlights. So it is a bit of a difficult one. So tonight, I'm opting to underexpose. Hopefully that'll work for me. That was a shot of the Abbey, so now let's go and find the bridge, and I'll take a couple of pictures of the bridge. If you're enjoying this video, why not give it a like? That would be amazing. And if you like this type of content I'm trying to create, then why not subscribe and join along? That would be fantastic too. If you have already, thank you very much. For this first image of Pulteney Bridge, I've come on to a bridge that looks over it, so I'm quite a distance. So for this image, I've put my 45mm f1.8 lens on, and the reason I've done that is so I can capture the bridge just in the image. Once again, I'm underexposing. There's quite a lot of light coming towards me from the bridge, and there's a lot of dark, so I'm going to underexpose that image. I'm also going to take an overexposed one or a correctly exposed for the camera, and I'll see how that looks. But here goes, first image. I'm going to just focus on the bridge itself. First image, 2-second timer, and that's my one stop underexposed image, and that looks all right on back of camera. And now I'm just going to do one exposed as the camera, see what that gives me, and I'll just compare the two and see which one comes out best. That's the first image of the bridge in the bag. In fact, there's 2 or 3 different compositions, different images of the bridge, with the most famous one being taken of the weir in the foreground and the bridge in the background. And that tends to work well in the daylight because you can see the weir very well and you can slow the motion of the water and it looks fab. I'm going to try anyway to get the water in the foreground and see if I can slow the water down and get a picture of the obviously the bridge in the background, and hopefully I can make that work. Let's go and find it. So far I've posted vertical shots, but because I want to get the weir in this image and Pulteney Bridge, I'm going for a horizontal shot for this image. There's trees that are blocking out the bridge at the top, and I don't like those at all. So I'm going to take this shot. It's a 1 second exposure f4. So firstly, I've just realised that all the pictures I've taken so far, I've done a rookie mistake because I've had ISO set to 1250. I've changed it back to 200 now. Hence, that's why I had such fast shutter speeds when I took the picture of the bridge earlier and of the Abbey. Now I've changed it, I've got much longer shutter speeds, and hopefully it'll help smooth out the flow of the water, etc. In this image, I'm gone for 5 second exposure f4. Underexposed again. I've got the trees at the top, which I don't like at all, so I'm going to take a different exposure, get a different view, and but I'll take this one anyway as a horizontal shot as a first image. I'll focus once again on the bridge. 5 second exposure. Now I'll try a different shot, a bit closer in. Now I've moved a bit closer in, I'm still 5 second exposure, and I've got the leading line of this railing leading your eye towards the bridge. Obviously a slightly different view of the weir at the front of the image, but here I go, this is my next shot. 2 second timer, 5 second exposure. There were some people that were stood right there that looked really good, and if I could get someone to stand there, I'd get them in silhouette and it'd look great. But I'd probably need my longer lens to make that look good. For this shot of the weir in front of the bridge, it's best to take it with your tripod perched on this ledge. So I don't think I'm going to be able to show you me taking this image and holding my camera and holding the tripod and being very careful with my equipment. So I will take this shot anyway. I'm going to take this at ISO 200, won't make the same mistake again, and all I'm going to do is underexpose as I have been doing by about a stop, and I'll show you this picture now. If you're enjoying this video, why not check out my first ever nighttime video that I published well over a year ago, and I'll leave a link up there for you. Alternatively, if you want to see Bath in the daylight, I published a video in the daytime in Bath about a year ago too, and you can have a look at that also.